you know about the world of big cats?
I started drinking iced coffee. Who knows why?
Now, please send me home, please. Well, what does the internet thing say?
Hey Siri, is suicide the answer now?
Yes.
So that's lockdown. That's lockdown the game.
Imagine all the people.
I'm a very insecure man.
Play piano in the bed e темечки intense with my cat.
Change the key.
I'm just writing a list of 20 fellow comedians I want to have excommunicated.
We're going to devote our energies to sports and gardening, all the cultural pursuits as far as they're concerned. In fact, we're going to put the goons to sleep. Meanwhile, we dig.
Greetings and welcome to the Anadromist. This is Burn Power coming to you from Tbilisi, Georgia on the day before Western Christmas, but Christmas is a long time off still here. It happens on January 6th. Nevertheless, in the spirit of the end of the year, what I've decided to do is to give us a top 10 plus 10 more list of what I've discovered to be the most interesting and funny YouTube videos from this year. Now, a word of warning for those of you who may have just stumbled on this channel because comedy attracts you. This is not a comedy channel. This is not a list channel. I don't generally do these kinds of things. This is a channel of cultural observations and historical observations. And I am not interested in trying to build this huge channel with endless lists to keep you satisfied. I'm interested in more what's beneath the surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this list. It's actually 20, but don't tell anybody. But we're calling it a top 10 because 10 seems to be the magic number, plus 10 more. So we're going to start with 20, but let me give you some of the rules that I'm applying here. First of all, nothing from television. No monologues from late night comedians. No stand-up comedy. No stand-up comedy, period. No video clips from TV series. No video clips from movies. No memes. I'll let PewDiePie stick with the memes. There's plenty of them, lots of funny memes, but nope, no memes. What else? Mostly sketches, parodies, and blogs. This is just what I've discovered. Obviously, there's lots more out there. But from my perspective, these are the most interesting videos, not only of the year. That's not my criteria. It's about the year. 2020, Annus Horribilis, the year of horrors. That's what 2020 has been. And you know what the bright spot has been in all of this? Comedy. It really has been. Comedians have been on the front lines. They have been essentially at a point where they are... A good comedian today has to stand in this point where they're being almost, there's like a sniper willing to take them out because they're saying something on the edge. And that's what's missing from most television comedy these days. Mainstream comedians have become so frightened of their own shadows, having to say woke things, having to go through all of 2020 making sure they agree with the mainstream media, which is absolutely bizarre, frightening prospect. Really, I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear people agreeing with the mainstream media. I want to hear people challenging it. The people that I've chosen here are not from any specific political perspective. They go back and forth. Not all of them challenge the very edge of society, but some do, and some may make you a little uncomfortable. Good. Let's be uncomfortable together. Let's think about things. That's what's missing is brain power. And that's what this channel is about. Well, I'm burn power, but that's different. People are just so afraid of being canceled these days by these censorious folk. What would George Carlin or Richard Pryor or Lenny Bruce think if they were alive these days, in their prime, when they were just like roaring and going after people? I mean, there's just so much material to go after, and people are tiptoeing around it like they're on eggshells. Which brings us to the subject of comedy. And it's time to take a stand against it.
We at Comedians Against Comedy represent a growing number of comedians who strive to remove all comedy that isn't in direct alignment with Dove Soap's publicity team.
Call us crazy, but we subscribe to the idea that being a comedian is about challenging the idea that comedians should be challenging ideas.
It's about making a category of comedy that we deem unacceptable and then lumping all of our peers into that category.
So that video was made by Ryan Long. And I wondered, well, who is Ryan Long? I looked it up in Wikipedia. Wikipedia says this: Ryan Long was born February 3rd, 1973. Is a former Major League Baseball player. Long played for the Kansas City Royals in the 1997 season. In 6 games, Long had 2 hits and 9 at-bats with 2 RBIs. He played right... Okay. Wrong Long.
We can't really go outside right now because our neighbour she walks past doesn't care about the 6 feet thing, so we're just sort of staying here and just being wary. I mean, I'm always wary of my neighbours anyway. It's a British trait.
Lawrence Brown runs a swanky little channel called Lost in the Pond, which is mostly a blog for his comparisons of American life to his former British life and the differences between the two cultures. And somehow he's managed to keep his channel going, and in fact increasing during the middle of the pandemic through a punishing regime of adult beverages, which he has sworn to cut back on in 2022. Also, Lawrence essentially defines the word droll British wit, which isn't one word, but...
Hey guys, it's me, your favorite celebrity. I just want you to know, you gotta stay in your home right now. It's the only way we're gonna make it through this. But don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. I promise you. And I know you're stuck in your little apartment right now. I know what that's like. I'm stuck on the grounds of my estate too. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But look, we're all in this together.
J.P. Sears. His channel's called Awaken with J.P. and I'm really confused. I don't know if J.P. is supposed to be like a life coach. He's listed as a holistic coach, advanced practitioner. If he's and I think he really is on some level this thing. And at the same time, he's a comedian. And it's fiercely debated what in the heck this guy is. But we can all imagine, can't we? Stephen Ford is evidently a Swedish-American actor turned director for this film called 2020, which is a parody of the film 1917, done in that one-shot style, you know, where you use a black space or someone's back or something to cut while no one's looking, to give the illusion that the entire film is just done in one shot. And it essentially is about 2 roommates who have to kind of make their way across some no man's land in Southern California to return some video game or something. And it covers about half the year's events. I think it was made in June or July. So it's not the whole year. But nevertheless, you should check it out.
So, can I like leave this with a neighbor or something?
Nah, just like throw it onto my patio.
You just want me to throw the game?
Yeah. Wait, but be careful for the kids on the second floor. They can be pretty intense.
What do you mean, pretty intense? I think I can handle some kids.
All right, if you say so.
So you just want me to chuck it?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
Hey, Boomer!
What?
This is our building, Boomer!
I'm not even a boomer. I'm barely a millennial.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, guys, aren't you supposed to be back in like school or something?
School's out.
Are those Nerf bullets? Let's act like Fortnite or something.
Tell us, how does it feel to learn that your timeline is the dumbest of them all?
I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of us kind of pieced that together.
Well, you heard it, folks. Some surprising self-awareness from Dum Dum over here. All right, first question for our players. Why is this dumb version of us wearing a surgical mask? Yes, he's a doctor? No, although they do have doctors in this timeline, this dummy here is not one of them. Yes, some kind of weird fashion thing. No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Dummy guy, do you want to tell them why you're wearing a mask?
Well, there's like a pandemic going on, so we're supposed to wear these to kind of avoid speaking, moistly.
Ryan George is a Canadian comedian who is most well known for his Screen Rant pitch meetings. He also has his own channel, and in a complete break from what he's doing on the pitch meetings, he essentially finds time to feature a man talking with variations on himself. Now, in this episode, what we're seeing is Ryan is kidnapped from 2020 and taken to a time-traveling game show in the future. And eventually it occurs to the other Ryans that they have made a mistake and have been a little bit too cavalier in choosing this Ryan for their game show.
Okay, we should probably get him out of here.
Yeah, this was a bad idea.
Oh, okay.
Have you been quarantined into your home for 2 weeks? Or maybe it's just forecast of raining knife and fork and you not want to go outside? Or just any other worldwide panic where people bang toilet paper like it's their main source of nutrient? In any case, no problem. 2 weeks of uninterrupted home time? Pah! Sign me up, suka! No, not to get carried away and throw yourself into playing Metro for the next 2 weeks. I mean, I know you want to. Instead, learn out the things you have planned. No ideas? Here's 15 to get you started. Enjoy!
Boris has own YouTube channel. Boris is Slav. Boris has never shown face. Boris has nearly funniest channel on YouTube. Boris does computer coding with axe. Boris feeds his cat Artyom 2 kilo rolls of doctor's sausage. Boris encourages his followers to stay cheeky-breaky. Whatever that means.
Thank you for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, and take your shoes off, blять, when you come home. It's bad for the carpets. I'll see you next time, my friends. Stay chick-breaky, and due to high demand, here is the hard bass outro. Enjoy!
In these uncertain times, times can be a little uncertain. And when times are uncertain, it's not always certain what time it is. That's why we at the Sandwich with the Pretty Big Pickle in It Corporation want to say that we're here for you, which if I understand correctly is now the socially acceptable way to say please don't stop giving us your money.
Ryan George is still a Canadian comedian. Okay, the next video is actually an advertisement for the all-encompassing Disney Corporation that had its sound stripped off and a new soundtrack added. If any section of this video is due to be erased, it is this one. Essentially, this is a video welcoming you back to Disney World in the year 2020.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome.
You don't belong here.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome. Stay at home. Welcome home.
You don't belong here. Welcome home. Welcome.
Welcome home. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome. Stay away.
Welcome back. You shouldn't be here.
Ryan Long, not to be confused with Ryan George, was hitting the edge a bit harder this year than most other comedians dared to. Not only was he doing, shall we call it, viral humor, but he was also hitting the edge of wokeness pretty hard. Looking for the contradictions that a lot of other people weren't even willing to get anywhere near. Take it away, Ryan Long.
I'm gonna be livid.
Biden, Harris.
Yes! Yes!
Okay, traffic is way down. Congratulations, Kamala got 9 shares. Press conference goes smoothly. The first lady looks nice. No one's reading this garbage.
Sorry if I'm a little kerfuffled lately. I had to cancel my one-man show, Drump, the musical.
What did you do last weekend?
Oh, okay, yeah. What did I do? Okay, I was outside in the sun. I was walking around with a sign.
Right.
A group of people.
This is conversation. It's kind of hard to avoid.
Very hard.
Right?
I mean, I've had difficult conversations, but this one trumps it.
Julie Nolke, did I say that right? Julie Nolke is another comedian who broke out this year for a video which we will eventually come to. But she too was willing to tackle the thornier issues related to the protests and to, shall we say, the viral situation. And what's great about what she's done in a kind of revealing way is she really highlights the eggshell-like nature of so much discussion, certainly in the middle of this wonderful year, 2020.
Really?
The firing of Rebecca Long Bailey has reignited the row over anti-Semitism in the Labour Party. As Keir Starmer battles to keep his party from civil war, the left contingent of the Labour Party threats... Hang on. I'm confused. It's still such an odd phrase to me. You know, the left-wing contingent of the Labour Party.
British news reporter Jonathan Pye, who is the alter ego of Tom Walker, would probably be higher on this list if his satire didn't cut so darn close to the bone. Nevertheless, sometimes he is just amazingly funny and he makes you gulp all at once. He's more of an old school lefty, but he has no problem critiquing the more censorious lefties when they engage in their not so subtle authoritarian craft.
We have created a utopia that is censorious and ball-cringingly sensitive, a woke utopia that bullies people into silence, and woe betide anyone who strays from the very narrow, righteous path. I'm not sure that pulling down statues of long-dead people actually achieves much, and expecting them to have lived by today's standards is rather ridiculous. That opinion is not valid and makes you an apologist for slavery. No, I just want a proper discussion about the implications. No. This way, please. Into the incinerator. You must go.
Ryan Long is a Canadian, is that right? Who has found himself in New York City. And of all the comedians here on this video, he has the ability to stick his head further up the lion's jaw of contemporary insanity than anyone else I have seen. I mean, he takes some risks. Sometimes he goes over the edge. That is to say, it's also like, say goodbye to any form of political correctness. And I got to admire him for that. Maybe it's the whole Canadian thing. And this one reached millions of people.
When me and Brad first met, I didn't think we'd get along, but turns out we kind of agree on everything. Your racial identity is the most important thing. Everything should be looked at through the lens of race.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. We both have a lot of opinions about people of color, even though we barely know any.
I say colored people, but as long as we're classifying them.
Ryan George is still a Canadian comedian who apparently has no friends whatsoever. Poor guy.
It's the 90s. The year is 1995. Welcome back to the show. I'm speaking with our time-traveling reporter who's reporting live from the year 2020. How's everything going? Yeah, I don't like it here at all. Please bring me home right now. Oh my god. Yeah, this year is awful. Please bring me home to the 90s as soon as possible. Well, the time machine is kind of broken, but what's going on in 2020 that's so bad? I am not exactly sure, but nobody wants to get within 6 feet of me. I'm not...
Benjamin Boyce is not a Canadian. Nor is he a comedian. He has done hard time in Washington State, which some people confuse with Canada. His podcast, The Voice of Reason, interviews a variety of marvelously unclassifiable folk. He also mellifluously rants from time to time when approaching the hysteria of the culture circa 2020. Meanwhile, he toils away in monastic obscurity on Evergreen, the musical, which is non-carnivorous. Here is his version of a classic Wokemas carol. He really nails something here.
Have yourself an anti-racist wokemas. May your guilt be white. Equity means keeping slavery in sight.
Kevin James, actor, comic, entered the YouTube fray again this year to discover sometimes that the simplest of gestures is anything but simple.
Oh, hey, Ted. Oh, hey, Marcus. How are you?
Good. We out for a little run?
Hey, yeah, just did 7. I might do another 7, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold you up. Hey, let's grab dinner sometime.
I would love that.
All right.
You, me,
Good
Karen.
seeing you. Absolutely. I mean...
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, yeah. I got a couple handshakers right in front of me.
Okay, sir, are they still in the vicinity?
Yeah, I'm staring at them right now.
Are you serious?
Zoe Bell is not a Canadian, nor is she a comedian. She is, in fact, a stunt woman of pretty impressive skill who has worked for such directors as Quentin Tarantino, both behind the camera, as it were, invisible to the naked eye, and in front of the camera. She's also been in other films as an actress. And she was bored out of her mind one day. I believe it was in New Zealand, but maybe she was in Hollywood. And anyway, she decided she's got to do something. So she came up with this little game, and she contacted some of her stunt woman friends, plus a few of the actresses she's run into, both substituting for and others. And they came up with this weird little video.
Oh, I'm so bored. I just want to play with my friends. Wait a minute. I can't play with my friends.
You should just go watch the whole thing for yourself.
So earlier in January, I released a video about winter that nowadays could be interpreted in a different way.
We need a new plague. 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 We need a new plague.
Let's just roll the intro.
Somewhere in the wilds of Slovakia, do you know where that is? There's this guy named Peter, the extra P's are really important there, who has a travel channel, a travel vlog, but also sketch comedy channel. It's one of the weirder, ruder shows I've seen. He does some crazy, insane stuff on there. And in fact, you need to stop the video right now and go check it out. Did I say check? I meant Slovak it out. It's a touchy subject. Check Slovak. Don't ask.
These cool, confident people were everywhere just a few weeks ago.
Hey, look at that weirdo wearing a mask. Did your mom tell you to buy that?
People losing it over a flu. Pussies.
You're in quarantine? More chicks for me, bro. Hey, let's scare people with fake coughing.
And now the same people.
Don't touch that handle without gloves. You wash those hands or we're done. Was that a sneeze? You go get tested right now.
For years, this city's had a significant problem with bouncers discriminating against people
based on factors that they cannot control.
A problem that has gone on far too long.
And it needs to stop.
It needs to stop.
This is why we have formed BARB.
Bouncers Against Racial Prejudice.
A coalition of bouncers that will stand together,
hand in hand,
to treat every person, regardless of their race,
religion,
sexuality, equally like garbage.
Equally like garbage.
Ryan Long definitely does not appear in this video.
All proceeds will go to our gym memberships.
What are you looking at?
James Veitch was discovered on a TED Talk answering spam emails.
At a bit of a loose end, if I'm honest, and I wasn't sure what to do. But then I remembered an old game I used to play. I fished it out, and it transpires it's perfect because it's called Lockdown. It seems like it's relevant. So the problem is instructions gone, no tutorials on YouTube or anything like that. So I thought I'd do one.
Now he's trying to teach us how to play his own lockdown game. And alas, in order to do that, he has to play a dummy hand.
Baking. It's a very simple round of lockdown. Makes sense. But then someone else might play more baking. And the problem is this can lead directly to be honest, baking quite rather, actually, and if we're being probably too much, too much. That's just, and then just please stop, and then we have this cannot go on.
Sadly, James Veitch was trapped in his flat for the entirety of 2020, and he still has a few of his lockdown games he is trying to sell. By far, the breakout of the year was Canadian comedian Julie Nolke, who was running a modest little YouTube channel of sketch comedy, when suddenly one of her videos, shall we say, went viral, explaining the pandemic to my past self, where a future Julie goes and talks to a Julie in the past about what 2020 is going to be like.
Oh, whoa. Who are you? I'm Julie from 4 Months in the Future. Actually? Are you here to tell me what's going to happen? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because of the butterfly effect, I can only really give you some loose details, but we'll go through the basics, yeah. Okay, cool. So, do you want the good news or the bad news?
It hit the zeitgeist. Suddenly, Julie was on a Nantucket sleigh ride. Go look that up. As of this moment, over 17 million people have viewed the video. It's late December 2020. It's become a meme with countless people. I've even seen like Filipinos trying to do this. Countless people imitating this, trying to explain 2020 to my past self concept. None of them get even anywhere near as close to perfection as Julie does. She's got the humor, of course. She's got her writing skills are great. She's got her acting, and then she's got this incredible timing. And I think the timing is what sells it, and the timing is what's so hard for other people to get.
You should get a dog. I want a dog. You know I want a dog. They're a lot of work, and you've got to walk. You got to go outside with them twice a day. Right. The walks are going to be clutch. Right, but I mean, I have to leave them because I have so much travel coming up. Oh, no, you don't.
Julie even did a collab with Ryan George, this like Canadian super extravaganza. Did you like that? I don't think they're going to be doing a collab with Ryan Long anytime soon. He's more down on the gutter, scraping it up with a toothbrush. But then June came, and Julie from June went to visit future Julie from April, and all bets were off.
Oh, hey, who are you? I'm Julie from June. Oh, crazy. I just got finished explaining how nuts everything is going to be to the Julie in January. Why does your face look like that? Why do you look like that? So do you want the good news or the bad news? No.
Until October, when future Julie from October went to visit future Julie from June. Or are they October Julie, June Julie?
Oh. Oh, no. No, I thought we were done with this whole thing.
And finally, Future Julie from December. December Julie goes to visit October Julie and tries, perhaps in vain, to kill off the franchise.
I'd just like to get this over with, so if you could just start.
Like that?
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, you asked me good news or bad news.
Well, I don't think I really want to anymore.
What?
Hey, don't start writing until you've read all of this. And this. Don't put a link in the description. Well, comedy for me has been one of the few really bright spots of 2020. Some of this stuff is rude, some of it is edgy, some of it is, you may politically find offensive. You know what? That's comedy. And I think the best comedians from this year did something to make you laugh, of course, but also to make you look at things differently, certainly differently than the mainstream media would have us see it. And I salute those comedians for doing that. They, to me, are kind of on the front lines of where we are, where we could be. If we could just get back to laughing at the things that we are doing, which are so silly, but also so sad. So this is Bern, your friendly neighborhood anadromist, coming to you from Tbilisi, Georgia. And for many people, whatever I had just said in that last sentence makes no sense at all. What is an anadromist? Someone who swims against the stream. Where is Tbilisi, Georgia? It's not next to Macon. Look it up on a map. Anyway, if you like what you saw, smite like, subscribe, and come back for the serious stuff sometime. Meanwhile, we've already got 2021 in the bag.
Hey guys, I gotta head out to that party in a minute, but I just want to say, man, what an amazing year this ended up being. Yeah, I gotta say, 2020 was rough, but 2021, it was a joy. I can't think of a major bad thing that happened this year, to be honest. Honestly, it's just like everything just got better.
People without history is not redeemed from time. For history is a pattern of timeless moments.
It's
not social distancing. It's not social distancing.
Who is it? With who?